Hello, everyone. I'm going to disappear my notes because I don't need those anymore. Now loading the year 1999. How's everyone doing? It is 1 a.m. Let us sleep until, let's go with 8-ish? Yeah, 8. Alright. It is wild to me that these guys are still up. Oh, okay. I guess I must have. Fill up the kill you bottles. I gotta figure out where he dumps the bottles these days, if not the dump. Assuming they get dumped anywhere, not just deleted, because, I mean, it could be either one. Alright. So, still waiting on one more sewage. We could do firewood. What's the temperature like outside? It is negative 35 C. Useful for getting the sweat off. I'm gonna eat a bag of chips. I'm gonna drink some water. Throw that on. Light. Can you believe it's cold out? The body temp, by the way, for anyone who isn't aware, the color of the body temp bar indicates the temperature of the area you're currently in. Alright, no mail. That's good. Yeah, that almost looks like there could be something in there, but no, unfortunately not. Only down here at the end where we live. Alright. Beer in the back, good. I just realized I didn't turn on my controller. Cold out here. There we go. And the temperature appears to be, I think, going up, so that's good. I don't know. I'm still getting ready to, you know, drive. $34.9. Oh, it's going down. Hello. As long as it doesn't start stalling, I'm fine. Apparently there's a very interesting bug going on. I saw one YouTube video where Jeff Favignano, I don't know how to pronounce the name. He's on YouTube. He generally does like a mix of stuff, but he also runs like OCRP, which is like a massive GTA 5 roleplay server. He got into the car that's over there, you know, the one. And apparently there's a bug where sometimes the engine will just rev to 50,000 RPM and drive forward and reverse. And he managed to get it. First try. Only 50,000, yeah. And that car that I suspect is only a 4-banger. So the result of that was pretty predictable. He launched the car up onto the snowbank, got it stuck, so he decided to get out, leave it idling, not take any beer with him, walk across the lake to the house and get the tractor and drive it back. What we got here? Oh yeah, there it is. So get the car warm in a hurry. And yeah, it just accelerates whenever it's in gear and goes forward and reverse. Like, can you imagine the cloud of smoke that would realistically be behind that car? I love the death at the end. Yeah. Okay, bus stop and lock. Okay. Oh wait, I have to... There we go. Okay, it definitely makes the roads more slippery when it's cold. Hello, Frosty Night Mango. I said, hello, Frosty Night Mango. How you doing? I love when my chat just randomly stops scrolling so I can't see the latest message. Just fantastic, Twitch. Love that for me. Especially when I'm driving on icy roads. It's just fantastic. It's what you want, really. Gotta remember the speed limit. Don't know where I'm going? Yes, I'm going to Lop. The bus stop in Lop. Which I'm pretty sure is on the highway, but we'll see when we get closer. Thankfully, the ice is melting. Okay, there's 4 firewood piles around the map. Interesting. I wonder which one's most optimal. Which one's closest to all the various locations to where one might want to cut firewood and deliver it? I suspect the one at the house is not amazing. Also, thank you, Twitch chat, for just suddenly starting to scroll again. Random. Yeah, I'm relatively sure that the bus stop in Lop is out on the road here. And the temperature is continuing to decrease, which means that periods of inactivity as the driver are going to be problematic for engine temperature. Pretty sure this is the bus stop unlocked. Pigman might not be a terrible place to put it. Okay, can you can you make sure that I'm at address 302, not quite at the bottom. Okay, but can you check if I'm where I'm supposed to be? Because I could have sworn that back there was where I was supposed to be, and yet there was no one there. I'm 99% sure this is Lop. Yeah, Perry Harvey's there. Bob Penty is here. Yeah, this is Little Penty. And the bus stop's right here. Good to know that's there, though. Yeah, this is the bus stop. Who calls a taxi and then fucks off? What the hell? I'm gonna work under the assumption that the job just bugged there, and we're gonna wait for another call. Get off the highway for my own safety. Hi there, bud.
Terve, terve. Mikä oli pojalla
Pistons,
mielessä?
camshaft, main bearing. Okay, this is a lot of stuff we're gonna need to buy later on, I'm sure. Fast road, road sprint, rally, race. Huh. Dyno time, service brochure. What's we got going on? Nothing new there. Leopard, Gobra leopards, snow tires. I think. Oh, you can choose your wheel size too. I think I would probably go for a larger studded winter. Fun fact, by the way. Sockets, wrenches, everything you need to build your car can be found in his shop. Happy New Year! It is negative 41 or negative 42 outside, which is why I'm hanging out inside of his garage. It's noon. What are your hours? 16. That's 8 to... Eight to 4. Okay, so I've got a couple hours before I have to vacate. Glad to see that you can keep this garage heated when it's negative 42 outside. Out of sheer interest, so you never taught how to read 24-hour clocks? Nope. North America basically doesn't use them outside the military. Taxi looks really cool. I've not tried it yet, just being pumping sewage. It is neat, but it needs more. Right now, you spend the majority of your time waiting for a call. It's helpful to know the map, but there is a map up here, if you can open this. There it is. There is a map up here that gives you some details, including addresses, which is very nice. But ultimately, well, yeah, but I'm really bad at minus 12s as well. But yeah, no, the reality is yeah, we're not taught 24-hour time. Everything's 12-hour. Got taught how to read an analog clock, so I know how to read that. That's 150-ish. 152, 153, 154, 153, technically. I know how to read that, but I don't. With the 24-hour clocks, there's just nothing that was ever covered. How about 12 plus X time you're after? 12 plus the time you're after. That could, I mean, that I guess, yeah. taxi. Anyone figured out if any of the gambling machines are stealable? I suspect the answer is no, at least yet. I didn't see anything in the save file indicating that they were stealable. At least yet. I agree. That being said, we absolutely robbed TMO in my summer car, so. Although he in a roundabout way gave us permission. He told us, you know, if we can get into it, we can have it. But he gets upset if we get into it, so, I mean. Or at least if anyone witnesses us getting into it. If you can get it out of the store without him or anyone else witnessing it, it's yours. And he gives you permission to keep anything you find inside of it explicitly. So, I mean, like, it's really on him at that point, I think. And yeah, I would definitely be on board for robbing the PSK. In fact, I would love that as just a thing that someone can be like, hey, random job, rob the PSK. Steal the truck full of fuel or some shit, you know? I mean, Fleetari over here isn't above that. He in my summer car, one of the random jobs he can give you is to dump human waste all over the front of the place where you get your car inspection done. And he'll give you like 10 bottles of vodka and like permanent discounts and everything thereafter. See what I mean by the taxi job is mostly waiting? I'll be honest, given TMO's gas station is gone, but not his pub, I want to say that TMO never got necessarily driven out of business by the PSK. I think what happened is more likely the PSK opened and he decided he didn't want to deal with the bullshit that is handling gas, which, believe me, I've talked to people that run gas stations. It is a hell of a time. Ordering, delivering, you know, environmental shit. It's just a lot. So for him, I imagine his goal was always to run the pub. Because like up until the PSK opened, there was no other option. If he turned off the pumps, there was no way to get fuel. So I imagine a big part of his not having that anymore is just he didn't want to deal with it. I have spent literally all day waiting for calls in this taxi. If I was parked outside of Fleetari's here, like if I don't get a call before 4, I'm driving this home and I'm not doing any more taxi today, because at this temperature the engine will actually just stall from how cold it is. -45? I mean, it doesn't usually get that cold where I live, but it has happened. Winnipeg, on the other hand, semi-frequently, like every couple of years, will have temperatures lower than the North Pole. So, I mean, that's a Canadian city. They really do just hit like -50. I'm pretty sure I did. Oh, and it's a diesel. Okay. I thought it was. Okay. Would love a phone call right now. It is getting colder outside. Yeah, no, it's a very nice looking model, honestly. I mean, there's not a lot going on under the hood. In fact, it seems to be missing the motor. But, exterior-wise and interior of the vehicle, it looks fantastic. You think he's ever gonna finish his, do you think he's ever gonna finish this? SMH not even studded tires. Probably worth putting a sandbag or two in the boot. You're likely right, but that means I have to get the sandbags from home. Next time I'm there, I'll probably grab them. But... So, apparently somebody has uploaded some video of that fire that happened in the Swiss ski resort, where like 40 people died. Newsflash, guys, instead of recording the fire with your phone, when you notice the roof is on fire, it's time to leave. And apparently nobody here realized that, because the camera at one point turns around and looks at the exit, where nobody is currently leaving. I wonder if taxi fares are more common around the public closing time? That's actually a good point. I don't know, though. I don't know if he's implemented that at all. Like, the roof is, like, actively, visibly, like, everyone's looking at the fire. The building is visibly in flames. Alright, it's time to leave the building. Yeah, there is multiple people pointing their cameras at the actively burning building. And none of them thought, hey, the building's on fire. We should leave. Or even necessarily to pull a fire alarm, which I'm sure was at least somewhere nearby. Exactly, yeah. Like, I'm not blaming the people that died for dying. Like, that would be shitty. But, like, come on, guys. Self-preservation. You can do this. Don't be in a burning building. That's like kindergarten. You're better than this. Like, and it is a tragedy. 40 people died, more than 100 in their hospital. Like, that's a bad incident. And but like the reality is like there would be a lot fewer injuries and deaths if they had started evacuating when they noticed the fire instead of pulling out their phone and recording it. Yeah, negative 49.2, yeah. Ice says, oh, it's warming up again. We're warming up. That's good. I don't think you could sue the people that are just standing there. I mean, I'm not sure you can, though. They're bystanders to an event that's occurring, absolutely, but they're not preventing anyone from leaving. And in most countries, there is no requirement to act, necessarily. I don't know the laws in Sweden. Swiss? Swiss chalet? I don't know. It's not Sweden. I don't think. Swiss. Is the company just called Swiss? That doesn't sound right. Gonna get the rivet to Fleetari later so we can do adjusting. That's probably for the best until you know how to tune it yourself. Also, this taxi job needs a buff because I've gotten a single call all day and the person didn't spawn. Sweden is Swedish, Swiss is Switzerland. That's the word I was looking for, Switzerland. I wonder if you can defeat the cameras by putting stuff over them. I somewhat doubt that's implemented, but that would be clever. If they made it, if you made it so you could put like a beer crate over the camera and it would just stop working. Spray paint, yeah. Spray paint in black gives you a week of revive. Have you been able to get to the parents' house to warm up? I keep needing to sleep in the GIFU when I'm there. Have you paid the power bills? Okay, I thought I saw something on the driveway here. Guess not. Although I think Bren had something to do with heat going on. Yeah, I haven't had any issues with it. It might be a per save thing, maybe. I don't know. Waiting for the last sewage thing to show up in town. Maybe I should just do it and do the whole stretch. Hey, drunk man! So I didn't figure out what you're already doing with my bottles, but here's some more.
Aivan helvetti hyvä kiljoa, hei. Jumalauta. Aivan täydellistä kiljoa. Jos se mennä mun enemmän myydä, niin osaat tosta vaan. Siinä vaan. Juo.
On the plus side, it does help with thirst. Make sure none of the other ones are accidentally not registered. I just need to make sure that I don't go to bed while, you know, this tipsy. Isn't 4 a full load of what? Yeah, no, yeah, 4 is a full load. Yeah. But I want to get the 2 in town so I don't have to drive the entire stretch. Tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna see what the prices are like at the gas station because I'm gonna have to fill up the GIFU. So if it's cheap right now, I might as well, right? Oh, shit. Wow, that was even with my finger on the truck on the gas. It just stalled while driving. I know. I just didn't want to accept it. Doesn't help that being drunk means it's very hard for me to, you know, do anything. That should be enough. Alright, I'll see you in a minute. It's a good thing that police can't set up in town, eh? I have. They do appear on occasion. But, you know, it's winter, so they don't really want to be out. Okay, it is cheap enough for me to justify filling the truck. Of course it did. Alright, let's go for a run, shall we? But yeah, no, the cops can appear, and the speed limit's 80, and there is speed cameras that will nail you for a lot of money. I got like 600 marks for doing 86. I would love a mod that lets me, I'd love a mod that lets me spray paint the cameras. Because I am the standard hooligan, you know? Standard issue. I'm trying to work out in my head how much fuel I need to buy. But yeah, it looks like the design of the police have been updated. I think they've got a new design on their car. And they're far less eager to chase you. If you slide past the stop, they won't chase you anymore. Oh good, I'm getting tired. And I'm still not sure where I am. I think what I seek is just over yonder. No. Oh, it definitely is. But that's probably because of not being as young as we were, plus the excessive drinking we do on a regular basis. You know what? That puts my target over here. But that's also probably why there was energy drinks added. You chug a couple of them and you're good for a couple hours. Okay, we're going back. I need to get my bearings, and I'm pretty sure that that is TMO's there, which means yes, I was just walking out of town. I think. I feel like if you're running like this, you shouldn't be falling asleep. Because it's not really how biology works. Alright, there's TMO's, which means my corner is over here and to the left. One of them has the original music. The yellow card music. Okay, apparently the roof light don't work. That would make sense. I don't know where it would be yet, and it's a little bit too dark to find out. For the record, I was digging in the save file. Or rather, not in the save file. I was digging in the code for the library that Topless used to make the cars work well. It supports up to 30 gears. Also, something tells me that in a future update, we're going to lose access to the truck. And it's going to be like, you know, you get it as an inheritance or something.
Yeah.
Now, if I was a light switch... Aha, interior light. Oh, a snowmobile would be excellent. I hope, yeah, actually, yeah. I would love that. How much fuel do we need? We have a quarter tank. The moped would be fun, but it would also be just so deadly in this. A snowmobile would be a lot better, I think. Maybe a snowmobile with a trailer? Because that is a thing that would be generally a thing that existed. Huh. Turn signal flashing light thing is broken on the dashboard. Ha! That doesn't seem correct. That one's fine. Oh, is it a temperature thing? Oh, that would be awful. Because it is really cold out. Oh, I can only use that pump. Alright, guess we're going around. Guys are doing a backwards burnout in the shit truck. Now we need to put... Okay, in my summer car it would typically cost like $200. A little bit more then, but close enough. At least this pump seems to be slightly faster. Chicken tendies. At least this one seems to be slightly faster than the one at Tiamo's for the fuel oil. Because the fuel oil at Tiamo's was slow. I mean, that's what you want out of a chicken tendy. And put another 200 in. Sizzling more than bacon, hell yeah. Fun fact, in Winnipeg, when it is actually this cold, they will actually advise you to, you know, if you're stopping fuel, do not turn off your vehicle. It's a real thing. Normally it would be, you know, don't do that. You know, risk, you know, exploding. But when it's this cold, the bigger risk is, you know, nobody's going to be able to get fuel because, oops, your car is stalled at the pump. 54.5 liters, huh? So on another 100. I can replenish my cash easier. Oh yeah, air fryers, absolutely. Okay, normally toaster ovens are pretty shit at being air fryers. I got a toaster oven recently that is actually a pretty good air fryer. I've got to admit it. It has a position specifically for placing the rack when you're doing air frying, and it fucking rocks. No complaints. Thank you. You know, it's funny, it flags them as likely ban evaders. But like, how has Twitch not, you know, detected this yet? Like, there's a very obvious pattern going on there. The only thing they're changing is who they're adding. It would take them 4 seconds to make a filter that would catch this. Hell, they have access to Amazon AWS. Fire up an LLM. When an account gets banned from a channel, have the LLM read what was sent and determine if it's spam, like properly spam. And if it is, ban them. Like, it's not this hard. I don't know what he's done, but he's made it very hard to turn off vehicles. It is almost midnight. Okay. Yeah. Hell, you could literally just send a random selection of comments from across the platform. Anyone that posts in more than one chat in a 5-minute period. Just send a random message. With the tractor being slow to turn off, I feel like that's a bit of the tractor being older and worn out and overrunning a bit. Absolutely. It also will actually start and run when the temperature is right without any throttle. Damn. It's only like negative 11. I only need a jacket. Oh, I've just, like, left the call thing on all night. Well, don't do that. You only get one set of paws in your life. You know that. Are you telling me you get more than one set of paws in your life? Has somebody undersold me a DLC? Those aren't real paws, though. It's like saying you get a second set of feet when you put on boots. Come on now. Not really, no. I mean, they kind of do the job, but only kinda. There we go. I will say, not having the need to shower is actually really thrown off the, keeping all the bars down at the bottom thing that I usually do. How are we looking? More. Definitely more. Woo! Winter Wonderland! Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. You know, laugh at this? Was watching someone play Pyramid with my winter car for some reason. Yesterday, for some reason, she decided it was a good idea to jump into the sewage. I feel like they didn't play My Summer Car. Am I right? Because, like, that's something you learn early on in Summer Car. At least, you know, if you don't mess up. Or if you do mess up, really, actually, but point is... Did I crush the dude with the truck? Now he's here. He's fine. See? He's just having a sip. I mean, his legs are crushed, but, you know, the rest of him is fine. He's having a sippy and enjoying the tire. Isn't that right, bud? You're just enjoying yourself a nice sippy and a smoke. It's really handy that these guys don't care about being run over, hey?
No kiitos oikein paljon, että esittelylle tämän. Ihan mä olen tyytyväinen tähän. Ole hyvä, tässä on rahat. Morjes!
Thank you. Like, next thing you know, you're gonna be telling me you've never crushed someone with a truck before. Can you tell you miss your nice side panel already? Oh, absolutely, yeah. MSC loader can't happen soon enough. And I'm talking about the good one, not the weird knockoff one that exists right now. You crushed your firewood guy trying to load the root into the trailer? Well, he's freestanding, so that makes sense. As soon as they're sitting in a chair, though, they're basically invincible. Sorry about that. I wonder how fast you could drive this thing across the lake. Also, I wonder if this thing will drive better fully loaded in the snow, because during the summer, it kind of just drags you around, so you're better off empty. But in the winter, more weight in the back is actually kind of beneficial. Yeah, and this is a real rear-wheel drive GIFU. That is currently doing between 80 and 90 kilometers an hour on an icy dirt road. And now much slower, but you know, stop the counts. unironically, I think a halfway loaded GIFU would actually be an amazing rally vehicle in this game. Because, like, I'm maintaining about 90 right now. And this thing, like, isn't sliding. Not really, like... like a little bit, but not enough to matter. Exactly, exactly. No hezzy right there, you know? Yeah, I'm gonna need to use your dyno. Never mind. Here, make it. All right. I love it when it pulls itself in.
Terve, terve! Mikä oli pojalla mielessä?
Dyno time, phone, rims. Got new styles in. Yeah, it doesn't sell rims, unfortunately, but you know, could. Be nice. I would love it if it was made so that peeing on the snow made it into yellow snow, you know? Well, that'll be handy, because I've got at least 2 dashboards that I don't need. Although I don't know... If I go for, like, full stock spec, I'm gonna need... You know, yeah. But I think I might just go for hot rod. I think I want to build a hot rod. There's also a metal market, which I imagine could be useful for other parts of the car that you don't want. Possibly for more than the flea market. I have no idea how to sell stuff at the metal market, but it is a thing. Couple more feet. And a where we pump. Just gonna sit on the table. How you doing, bud? I kicked that habit, you know? I mean, I still drink, but not because I have to, but because it's a handy source of liquid. Got some in the truck, actually. I'd offer you some, but it's expensive. Fortunately, the PSK, being a gas station, doesn't sell water bottles. I know, right? It's wild. You'd think, you know, drinking and driving wouldn't be encouraged, but here we are. Right? Yeah, like the cops should shut them down or something. I'm sure TMO could reopen, right? I mean, yeah, I get he's not closed, but he could get the pumps hooked back up, I'm sure. You know, it occurs to me that other than the shell of the body, everything that you can put onto the rivet is not unique. You can have more than one. I wonder how hard it would be to clone the body of the rivet. Build multiple rivets. Oh, hey, it's snowing. I just realized if this is accurate enough to reality, then we can predict when it's going to snow based on the temperature. Because below about -10, it won't snow anymore, for the most part. It's too cold for the clouds. Well then. Bonus rear wheels coming in clutch slightly. You use a lot more fuel, but welcome back. I was just driving along and then the truck suddenly spun 180. So now I'm trying to get it out of a ditch and turn left. Also, it's snowing, which is unhelpful. I think there's a tree stuck in the right side of the truck. Ish. I lowered the bonus wheels and they did get me unstuck, so that's helpful at least. Helpful, can I review that? I love when I'm turning left, and despite the laws of physics, I turn right. That's not how this works. Hashtag driven in snow before. At these speeds, you would just be turning left if you're moving forward. Unless you're like, just pushing snow with your front tires, which is entirely possible, but not really in this case. You know, for all the tow ropes that we have, we really could use a winch. That's an idea for a mod, a winch. Alright, now I just need to drive back and turn around again. Hey, Fleetari, I'm back. Why are you back? Because I need to turn around. Penna, you drunk idiot, get out of my way. Nice truck, though. The seat cover is not so much, but the truck, sure. All right, now this time, let's not do a 180. It was right about here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we can predict when it's going to snow based on the temperature. Because if it's... Because like, it won't really snow below a certain temperature. Not usually. It can, but it's rare. It requires very specific circumstances. There's a drunk man's house. Or I guess his old house at this point. How are we doing? Oh, way, way back. Okay. That's better. We'll see. I might need to reverse it a bit more. You know, there is actually a headlamp mod for this game already. I think it's a mellow motor mod.
Jaa, se näyttäisi olevan valmis nyt. Ota se rahamies.
Now, I cannot risk driving this vehicle on the road due to the choice of fuel that I put in it for price reasons. So I have to off-road it, well, I have to back-road it the entire way back. By the way, I don't know if I'll be streaming much during Games Done Quick, because Games Done Quick, just so everyone's aware. You know, it's wild thinking back on how often we memed on and talked about, you know, what should and shouldn't be in my winter car. And here I am finally playing it. I'm just thinking about all the times that we talked about having this game. Let me see if can I this one. Just turn that down. That should be better. Oh, the GDQ thing, yeah. I don't know if I'll be streaming much during GDQ, because GDQ. Also, I am now stuck in the snow. This is just getting worse and worse by the moment. Well, that's a great view. Well, that was weird. Why did I suddenly move sideways?
Man.
Alright, so diff lock is on, extra axle is down, and I can't move because as far as I can tell, I managed to wedge myself between two trees. Oh, we're very stuck, yeah. Oh, maybe. No, maybe. I love how it's turning the opposite direction of the way it should be. Hashtag driven in snow before. Hashtag that's not how this works. Especially with diff lock and stuff on, like, come on. Yes, but that would also incur a massive fine. And honestly, probably wouldn't actually help that much. What are we stuck on back here? This fucking tree. Is this a solid tree? No. This one, however, is. Okay. Like, in some ways, draining it would probably help, and others, it would probably hurt us, because right now, we have a lot of weight on the rear tires. Which, you know, makes it harder for us to move, but it also gives us a lot more, downward pressure. More likely to enable us to actually move. Alright, let's try that. Turning left to go left is not how this works, game. Not when you're in reverse. You know, I think that one of my biggest favorite mods that I would love to see come to this game, that I don't think exists yet. A mod that would make it so that I could attach a pulley, you know, the tow rope, to a tree, and have the vehicle drag itself out. Like Mud Runner. Don't even stop. We are moving. Remarkably slowly, and with a lot of fuel, but we are moving. Yeah, literally just the snowbank right now. If I can just mount the road, I'm good. I can turn around elsewhere. I just need to be on the road. I also need to not go back into those trees. Like, desperately not. That snowbank there is the road, which means I'm gonna have to follow it along this part for quite a while before I find a spot where I can pop in. Yeah, it's worth a shot. Well, this is mildly concerning. Oh, there's a tree wall. I thought there was a hill here. I thought I was like looking over a cliff that I didn't recognize. I don't know, steering the wrong way works for some reason when you're in this. Makes no sense. Not how it works. But this isn't drifting. If it was drifting, I'd say sure. I think I can pop onto the road right there. That's not the road. Gotta be so careful not to hit a hard tree here. Okay, the road is up that hill, which is really unfortunate because I need to get up that hill. You know what? We should be relatively close to Grandma's, I think, at this point. So I might be able to use her driveway. Assuming not overestimating how far I've gone. I'm hooked on a piece of shrubbery. I have half a tank. Not a ton, really. I'm also getting tired enough that I'm going to start falling asleep, and that's problematic as well. Alright, so if I can get to this part here, I should be able to do it. Hopefully. Fuck off, tree to my right. Fuck off, tree to my right. You're not a part of this. For some reason, turning right makes me not go down the hills, so sure, I'll do that. Turning left, turning right. And I'm stuck between a wall and a hard place because the game doesn't understand the concepts of left and right. Very hard concept, I understand. But, you'd think it might have gotten through kindergarten. And you have to come back with the tractor. I'm also gonna have to trust that Penna hasn't killed himself on the road since I last saw him. Knowing him, he probably has. Oh, on the plus side, I got the money for the pumping, but it still kind of sucks. Not bad. Being curious. You need to order more parts for your rivet later? Reasonable? Hey look, we're at Lop, give or take. We drove a pretty good distance in the snow there for me to be this close to Lop. And rather unfortunately, I do not have the key for his car. Because I would absolutely take advantage of that right now. Because this would be great. But no key. Put on the seatbelt. I'm gonna be honest, I'm 90% sure Penna has died. So, I guess... Does the bus run at night? How do you get the key? You have to purchase, like, anything from him that requires you to leave your car with him. And he'll give you the key. At least that's how it was in summer car. I don't see why it'd be any different in winter. At least it's a warm night. I just realized I'm also assuming that the bus hasn't crashed. Which, honestly, is also likely to be the case. What I should do is I should go back to Lop, save and reload. So that they won't be crashed anymore. And hope one of them comes through. I also theoretically have enough beer that I could walk all the way back to town, but I don't think I have enough energy. I'm too tired. I didn't mean to smoke a cigarette. I meant to put the watch for sure. Mm-hmm. I think I literally just missed the bus. I heard it. I wish I had one of those freewheeling mice, because then I would totally just be spinning this constantly. I don't know how well you guys can see anything that's going on right now. It is Thursday. Last pickup is at 1:30. It is... Oh, okay. So it is 10-ish? 10:30? Theoretically... Oh, wait, that's morning. 19:30. That's... What time is that? 19:30. I'm gonna guess that's also 10:30. 19:30 in 12-hour. Oh, it's 7:30. Okay, so a little bit off. So then 22:30, that's 10, 22:30? 10:30. Okay. So the bus should be along any time now, hopefully. That could be it right there. car. Could be this one. That barely moving spotlight. Also not the bus. Good, good. Hey, I think we got a bus. Not a bus. I saved and reloaded specifically to avoid that. Alright, next one is at 1:30. But realistically, it could be here at any time between here and between now and 1:30. Because the bus does not stick to a schedule very well. It's certainly a vehicle. Could be our vehicle. Damn it. Anytime now, bus. I should start running around. Get that body temp up. Hey, vehicle coming. It's at the curve all the way down there in the fields. Oh good, now I'm falling asleep. That's what I need. I mean, yes, it is literally midnight in game, but like, Ah. Useless police. God damn it. Okay, we got more vehicle coming. Do 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 do. I wish some of the traffic was willing to stop on the road. Sure would be nice to have a car right now. Come on, bus. Car. Another car. It is now almost 1. If I recall correctly, the next bus is at 1:30. Hey, is this the bus? It is! Fucking finally!
Sä sitten kerret lähtiinsä kaikki nuo roskat lattialta. 25.
Now we just have to hope that we get home before dying. You know, he is driving concerningly fast given the weather.
Tärkeä mikä asia apinota täällä satana vittu liikenteessä on. Vittu.
Understandable crash out. I wonder what the game's options are if you fall asleep while riding the bus. You appear to be right. Oh wait. I could still stop the bus.
Karhu käski mua käyttäytymään paremmin. Sanoin, että mieluummin haen remmin. Ja pieksen sen mun tontiltani helvettiin. Ellei itse taju lähtee vähän sassiin. Karhu siinä kynsiänsä terotti. Kun aivan kaikesta taas mua vedotti. Vaatteenikin oli aivan täysin kynsinyt, kun kirjanpidon olin minä ryssinyt.
I gotta wonder about this person that's just riding the bus. Just always on it.
Vaikka aiemmin ei ollut musta kiinnostunut, kun olis mulle apu silloin kelvannut. Outi paiskas heti hoitis karhun kättä, alkoi kirjata mun virheitä viipymättä. Yllätyksenä tuli kaikki itsellekin, niin haistatin kummallekin.
Concerning amount of sliding on this corner. Here's the dump.
Mitä tuleekaan meidän perheestä? Päästäänkö koskaan yli hätkyjen kierteestä? Kun karhu syyttää mua joka erheestä, niin sanon sille terveisiä perseestä.
Okay, I fully expected that to turn into the Atari sound just then. Is he gonna turn in or no? Yes, thank God. You know, I will say, as AI drivers in this game go, he's a good one. Lamau.
Moro.
Goodbye. Alright, so I don't think I'm gonna rescue at this stream. I think that's gonna be a tomorrow thing probably. Where I'm going to drive across the lake, got the tractor, pull the GIFU out of the woods. Also, I was clearly wrong about it being the bus driver on the piano. It just looks like him. Because the bus driver can't be in both locations at the same time. Unless Topless messed up, which is possible, but unlikely. Also, I really hope that the Topless eventually gives us the option to buy a headlamp. Right now it's just a mod, but a headlamp that we could use to, like, see in the dark would be fantastic. Even if we have to, like, you know, pay for batteries for it. And we got deliveries at the PSK. Alright, knowing that then, that will be tomorrow's task. We will go to the PSK, pick up stuff, deliver it to the home. Power is still on, good. Alright, let's sleep, shall we? Bet you I just slept right through the daytime, hey? Also, I'd love just accidentally smoking when I mean to pull up the watch. Because the keys are just next to each other. Actually... That's dawn. Anyway, have a good night, everyone. I'll see you again in tomorrow, probably, maybe. We'll see. And we'll rescue the GIFU then. Have a good night.